Trudeau is definitely real, and he is definitely a hot mess. Have you guys seen all of that stuff from his prior career where he was a theater teacher, and there's all of those photos of him in different costumes, and where he was doing blackface and all of this stuff? The guy is just a wacko. And I mean, he was basically raised in politics because his father was also prime minister. So he is deep in the Canadian swamp. This guy, it's disgusting. Anyway, he has pulled another classic Trudeau move. I hate that it's classic at this point because it's absolutely outrageous. And so for anybody who is a subscriber who is from Canada, I am so sorry. This is what Trudeau decided to pull.
We're introducing legislation to implement a national freeze on handgun ownership.
A freeze.
What this means is that it will no longer be possible to buy, sell, transfer, or import handguns anywhere in Canada. And will require the permanent alteration of long gun magazines so they can never hold more than 5 rounds. I also want to thank the advocates, many of whom are here today, for your tireless efforts. I know that for too many of you, grief and loss are at the root of the work that you do. I want to recognize that, and on behalf of all Canadians, I want to thank you for your strength. Yes.
I mean, of course he has to end like that. He is intentionally, barring himself from any criticism by ending with some emotional, pathos, argumentative tactics. Also, I think it's important to note that this is incredibly performative. Trudeau is reacting based on what has happened in America. He's using a tragedy from another country, an emergency from another country, to strip his people of his rights. It was Hayek that said that an authoritarian will never let an emergency go to waste. That's a prime example of Trudeau. This isn't even an emergency in his own country, and he's jumping on the train. And I know there are already people out there that are saying, why is everyone freaking out? He's not taking guns. He's just saying you can't acquire more, that sort of thing. No, this is the first step. They are using government overreach. They are stepping over your doorstep to find your guns. It's just the beginning. I love that he uses the word freeze.
All right, everyone, chill.
It's just a momentary pause until we get through this tumultuous time. What tumultuous time? Like I said, it didn't even happen in your country, sir. He said the same thing when he was freezing people's bank accounts. Have we forgotten about that? Because he was so afraid of the, insurrectionist truckers that he was going to freeze the bank accounts of anybody who donated to the trucker convoy GoFundMe. This man is a textbook tyrant. And everybody just sits around and simps at him because he's moderately attractive.
Is he though?
The first comment that I saw under this was how guys who support gun control like to be kissed. Somebody else said, Canadians can't even protest their government without having their bank accounts frozen without recourse, so this tracks. Yeah, exactly. It's not even surprising at this point, which is awful. But, we are watching a government take these small, seemingly, inconsequential steps that are giving the government total control over their citizens' lives. Oh, it's just the bank accounts. Oh, it's just a vaccine mandate. Oh, it's just a vaccine passport. Oh, it's just a freeze on the transfer of guns. The more that we keep saying, oh, it's just this, that gives them more control. It is the slippery slope. If you don't believe that the slippery slope exists when it comes to government overreach, I don't know what to tell you, but you need to open up your eyes. I'd keep my eyes peeled for the measures that they are not talking about. Not these huge, emotionally charged big statements, but what's the stuff that actually is sliding under the radar? It's what they did with COVID. It's what they do with everything. So, I'd like to think that all this, pro-gun control rhetoric is all just for votes. I'm not sure. Tyrants are going to tyrant, and Trudeau is leading the way, sadly.